What's up, guys? I decided to stream Gone Home. This is Katie. I'm sorry I can't be there to see you, but it's impossible. Please don't go digging around trying to find out where I am. I don't want anyone to know. We'll see each other again someday. Don't be worried. I love you, Sam. Okay. And the brightness of it. Back to
So
I have this
Christmas
turned
Duck.
on so
Christmas
that way.
Duck is a fan favorite. He's kind of a mascot, I guess, and I think that's partly because it's a weird concept, a Christmas duck, and partly because it's like the first unique thing that you encounter in the game. It's kind of personified as like a little character, but the thing is, Christmas Duck was not planned. When we were starting the project, we didn't have a 3D modeler because Kate came on a couple months after we started, and we needed a bunch of 3D models. And so I was just going through the Unity asset store. So I was going through the list and saw this Christmas duck, and I was like, "What is that?" Okay, and I grabbed it and we used it as like a test object just to set up the system where you can grab stuff and carry it around. And then I ended up saying, "All right, we got this Christmas duck. I'll hide the key under it." And instead of replacing the free model with a totally different thing, just made a real version of it. And Carla modeled it, and Kate textured it, and we kept him in the game. And we're glad because he's everybody's little friend. Good old Christmas duck.
That's awesome. Carry you around. Oh. Author Magazine, the blank page, how 20 top authors, Stephen King. Let's go. Now watch the page.
Sam, Sam. Hello? Sam! Sam, where are you? Really? I need to talk to you. Please be there.
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Oh man, mom handwriting. We went through a lot of different moms for handwriting. A lot of different moms contributed handwriting for our game. At first, let's see, how did we do? What were we doing first? I think I just did it and it wasn't great. And then we had Emily do it, but her handwriting was used so heavily in other parts of the game that we had to find someone else. And I think we actually had Yaman try to do it for a while before he was Dad's handwriting. And then we got Yaman's mom, and she was ideal for it. Really good mom handwriting. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a second, guys. Options. What's our new game? Okay. Basically, this is just starting the game over. It ain't that bad. I just, where I was is where you first saw me start off.
Hi, Mom. So I
I'm
got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at
Pull
midnight.
it. There you
But
go.
don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay. This is basically about commentary. So we go over here. It's not on. Oh. Must be. About to be uncle or back. Not back over. Okay. Left on grab tree rock. So that's Rex. That's not the last one. So this is an exploration game. This ain't supposed to be a horror game. It's just an exploration game to tell the story. Try to see how that works. Here's Sam. It's so good to hear from you again. All this new house business sounds like quite the adventure. Remember the little I just heard something right here. Make sure we're not I do that. Notice and temporary personal transfer. Coming.
It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instantly just right. I gave her the grand Psycho House tour and took my revenge on Super Nintendo. And it was like, I don't know, I finally found someone I feel normal around. I drove her home and she gave me this tape and said, "You have got to listen to this." I haven't stopped playing it since.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool schmuck. I don't wanna sit around and talk.
Annoying. That's fuck. Exclusive agent after Soul Sound Live. Soul Sound Live. Edit vendor Weezer. Whoa. What the fuck is that, man? This ain't no scary game. I'm gonna put blood in this fucking bathtub. Hey Sam, do you want to see Pulp Fiction after school at the Coliseum. It came out last weekend, and Todd won't shut up about it. So either it's good or we can make fun of him for liking it. My mom is supposed to cook dinner for us tonight for change, but I can just ditch out on it probably what time. Also, isn't it maybe supposed to be really violent? Am I going to barf? When we thought it was pretty hardcore, I guess. Thurman gets stabbed in the heart with the heroin needle, so that's kind of hilarious. Also, something about cheeseburgers is reported Todd wants to see it again. 7:15, okay, don't bark. Alright, see you then. Thunder needs to go. Fuck away. Dear Mom, Dad, and Sam, I am in the tunnel. This is my second passage through the tunnel. On the way back from London, this time going to Brussels, Belgium. Sorry I didn't write you on the way to London, but I was too excited about the tunnel. London was great, Dad. I know you've always wanted to visit, and I think you really should. You'd love it. If you all wanted to come back here as a family sometime, I guess I could be convinced. Love you all, Katie. Mom, Dad, and Sam, Warren Harbor, Boone County, Orlando 97141, USA. Dude, that's underwear. After the honeymoon, discovered personal. A little weird. Katie, Mom and Dad were going. Fuck you. Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over summer, but you came home on such short notice they weren't able to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Tall shadow in the upstairs hall. Like, Doing the horror game. Alright. What? Eliza and the first fight. Your classroom launch. Okay. I have a bad feeling about this one. Okay. Weird. Halloween show misfits. Which costume?
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
So what? Why does it look like everyone else is such a freaking hurry, man? Let me fix my holding up. You better not have any innocent diary again. You need to have it and have some colors. No, but nailed it. Fireball. Just gotta get it to the attic. The lightning freaks me out. Thunder freaks me out every time. There's gotta be a kitchen. Time for your first day. Withdraw hospitals. Please be sure to bring the following with you on your first day of classes so that you can get right into the swing of things.
Oh my god. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. The Psycho House girl. Great.
Heaven after to the rise. A little weird, to say the least. All trades is the mastery of man. Mastery is not the purpose of dedication to craft. If you happen to be in the market of combination LP and CD player, glad to know the pioneer stage the strategies. Yeah, I'm sorry, I come home and moved on here. I'm going back to a place of civilization. Oh, full fountain. I can familiar. What else have we spotted? Options very interesting. A little weird. Dear, write to inform you that unfortunately Mercury Growth will be unable to publish your follow-up to the accidental parish despite the low sales of accident. We went ahead and publication of the second book in hope once the series catching on. However, sales of the second book have in fact not the first, and our stewardship of our series was sincere. It has been a pleasure working as your publisher, and we wish you and John Russell the best in your future endeavors.
Somehow I always knew that someday we'd be through. Now that it's happened, I just can't believe.
Okay.
So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly translate in the wild. So after I was finished getting my butt kicked, I followed them outside while they smoked. And that was when she asked me if I was that psycho house girl. But then she said she's always really wanted to see the psycho house. Her name is Lonnie. She's coming over tomorrow.
Dawn County, Tacoma County, and Wistaria County. Residents are strongly urged to stay indoors and secure all windows and doors. Flood conditions are expected at lower elevation.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk. But sometimes I see her in this, like, army uniform. And she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, like, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Okay. Interesting game, but I can't figure out exactly what I'm supposed to do. Hans got brother? How do you know? What? I think so. Okay. Which neighbor? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too interested in this game. Yeah. Sorry. I'll talk to you all next time.